Joshua chapter 14, Sofer Yehoshua, Perek Yadalid. Ve'ele asher nachalu b'nei Yisrael be'eretz Canaan asher nichalu otam Elazar HaKohen v'Yehoshua ben Nun v'roshei avot hamatot livnei Yisrael. And these are the cities which the children of Israel inherited in the land of Canaan, which Eleazar the priest, and Joshua the son of Nun, and the heads of the tribes of the children of Israel distributed for inheritance to them. Begoral nachalatam, ka'asher siva Adonai b'yad Moshe, letish'at hamatot v'chatzi hamate. Begoral nachlatam. By lot was their inheritance, as the Lord commanded through Moses, for the 9 tribes and for the half tribe. Ki natan Moshe nachalat shnei hamatot v'chatzi hamate me'ever layarden ve'laleviim lo natan nachala b'tocham. For Moses had given the inheritance of 2 tribes and half a tribe on the other side of the Jordan, but to the Levites he gave no inheritance to them. Now, when it says by lot was their inheritance, I was looking for commentary. I didn't find any, but it says that he distributed for inheritance to them. So, I guess they could go hand in hand, but with verses that come later on, we'll see it might be, at least for me, slightly problematic in understanding it, face value. But lot is like, it looks like it's chance. It's not chance because God controls everything, but it's like a lot is like when you write a few names, it could be like when a few names are written on a piece of paper and rolled up into little paper balls and then put into something and you pick one out. That would be a lot. Something like that. Or rolling the dice could be kind of a lot. A lot is something that's like, it looks like it's chance, but it's not chance. But it's a key thing to remember that Begoral, and it was mentioned in the Torah, I think it's mentioned in the Torah as well, that without a Goral they didn't do it. They always rolled for it. They always did this kind of a lot, or pick a number, a lottery. Okay? This is going to be a bit of a question later on. For Moses had given the inheritance to 2 tribes and a half a tribe on the other side of Jordan, but the Levites he gave no inheritance among them. כי היו בני יוסף 2 המטות בראשי אפרים ולא נתנו חלק ללוויים בארץ כי אם ערים לשבת ומגרשיהם למקריהם ולקניינם. For the children of Joseph were 2 tribes, Manasseh and Ephraim, but they gave no part to the Levites in the land, save cities to dwell in, and the open land about them, for their cattle and for their flocks. Okay? כאשר ציווה אדוני את משה כן עשו בני ישראל ויחלקו את הארץ. As the Lord commanded Moses, so the children of Israel did, and they divided the land. As the Lord commanded Moses, so the children did, and they divided the land. Does that mean that the Goral is part of this? Because this is where it was a question for me. If the Lord commanded Moses, and then he said, do a lot, is that what this is referring to? It would sound like a command is a spoken command. Because it says, by lot was their inheritance, as the Lord commanded through Moses. So then it says again in 5, as the Lord commanded Moses, so did the children, and they divided the land. It just seems that this is it's an extra thing, and they're not mentioning a lot here. So what is this referring to? It says, as the Lord commanded Moses, so the children did. Is it with a lot or without a lot? It doesn't say a lot here, but before it does say a lot. Okay? That was the question. And I think the various verses, it can still be held up against that and be somewhat questionable. ויגשו בני יהודה אל יהושע בגלגל ויאמר אליו כלב בן יפונה הכניזי. What does it mean that Caleb was the son of Yehoshua the Kenizzite? His father was a Kenizzite? How is Caleb from the tribe of Judah if his father is a Kenizzite? You ever think about that? How can Caleb be from the tribe of Judah when it's always said Lemishbechotam lebeit avotam? Numbers 118, I think. I think so. Numbers, first chapter. So how is it that Caleb is from the tribe of Judah? Ben Yefune HaKenizi. אתה ידעת את הדבר אשר דיבר אדוני אל משה איש האלוהים על אודותיי ועל אודותיך בקדש ברנע. Then the children of Judah came to Joshua in Gilgal, and Caleb the son of Yehoshua the Kenizzite. How is Yehoshua a Kenizzite and Caleb is from the tribe of Judah? If Judah goes only by the father and Yehoshua was a Kenizzite, can you convert into a tribe? This is a question. Anyway, you know the thing that the Lord spoke to Moses, the man of God, concerning me and concerning you in Chadash Barnea. Ben 40 shana anochi yishloach Moshe eved Adonai oti מקדש ברנע לרגל את הארץ ואשב אותו דבר כאשר עם לבבי. I was 40 years old when Moses, the servant of the Lord, sent me from Kadesh Barnea to spy out the land, and I brought him back word as it was in my heart. ואחי אשר עלו עמי המסיב את לב העם ואנוכי מילאתי אחרי אדוני אלוהי. And my brothers that went up with me made the heart of the people melt, but I fulfilled the will of the Lord my God. וישבע משה ביום ההוא לאמור אם מלוא הארץ אשר דרכה רגלך בה לך תהיה לנחלה ולבניך עד עולם כי מילאת אחרי אדוני אלוהי. And Moses swore on that day, saying, surely the land upon which your foot has trodden shall be your inheritance and your children's forever, because you have fulfilled the will of the Lord my God. ועתה הנה החיה אדוני אותי, כאשר דיבר זה 45 שנה, מאז דיבר אדוני את הדבר הזה אל משה אשר הלך ישראל במדבר. ועתה הנה אנוכי היום בן 85 שנה. And now, behold, the Lord has kept me alive as he spoke these 45 years. From the time the Lord spoke this word to Moses while Israel walked in the wilderness, and now, behold, I am this day 85 years old. עודני היום חזק כאשר ביום שלח אותי משה. ככוחי אז וככוחי אתה למלחמה ולצאת ולבוא. I am still as strong this day as I was on the day that Moses sent me. As my strength was then, even so is my strength now. For war, both to go out and to come in. ואתה תנה לי את ההר הזה אשר דיבר אדוני ביום ההוא. Okay, here the problem comes up again. Caleb is saying, and now give me this mountain of which the Lord spoke on that day, for you heard on that day how the Anakim were there, and the cities were big and fortified. It may be that the Lord will be with me, and I shall drive them out, as the Lord spoke. So if you go back to verse 2, it says, Begorah lachalatam. By lot was their inheritance. That includes the tribe of Judah. I'm pretty sure. So how is it that Caleb is now saying, give me this mountain of which the Lord spoke on that day? Where was the lot? It says by the lot they gave their inheritance, but in this case, it's not saying that. So what's the answer to that question? ואתה תנה לי את ההר הזה אשר דיבר אדוני ביום ההוא כי אתה שמעת ביום ההוא כי אנקים שם בערים גדולות וצורות ואולי אדוני אותי והורשתים כאשר דיבר אדוני. And now give me this mountain of which the Lord spoke on that day. For you heard on that day how the Anakim were there, and that the cities were big and fortified. It may be that the Lord will be with me, and I shall drive them out as the Lord spoke. ויברכהו יהושע וייתן את חברון לכלב בן יפונה לנחלה. And Joshua blessed him and gave Hebron to Caleb the son of Yehoshua for inheritance. Again, where's the lot? Where's the lot? I don't see a lot here. It says everything is divided with a lot. Okay? Further, verse 14. Al ken hayta Hebron לכלב בן יפונה הכניזי לנחלה. עד היום הזה יען אשר מילא אחרי אלוהי Elohei Yisrael. Hebron therefore became the inheritance of Caleb son of Yehoshua, the Kenizzite, to this day, because he fulfilled the will of the Lord God of Israel. V'shem Hebron lefanim Kiryat Arba ha'adam hagadol ba'anakim hu v'ha'aretz shakta milchama. And the name of Hebron there before was Kiryat Arba. See, Arba was the greatest man among the Anakim. And the land had rest from war. Okay.